All right, so today is Wednesday, the 8th of January 2025, and we're having our morning analysis. Yeah,
Good
we're just
morning, sir.
7 people on board. Morning, ma. Madam Monaji, good
Thank you.
morning.
That was a nice, sir.
Very fine, thank you. And yours?
Thank you. Fine, so fine, sir.
All
Thank you.
right.
Your reference.
Good morning, Mr. Rotimi.
Good morning, Mr. Okay. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Uh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So more people will join us along the way. We can't keep waiting for them. They will join us. So we'll look first at our fundamentals, then we'll take a look at the technicals. So, in the course of the night, there was CPI from Australia. It took place at 1:30 a.m. So that's already a past event. So today, all the fundamental events we have today, they are all from the United States, and it's going to be from 2:15 p.m. We have the ADP non-farm employment change, unemployment claims. FOMC member Waller will give a speech. Crude oil inventories will come up by 4:30 p.m. and later tonight by 8 p.m. There'll be FOMC meeting minutes. Now, I will not really dwell in all this because we have the afternoon session which will cater for all these events. So I'll just focus strictly on what we should expect technically from the morning session. So I'll flip now to my MetaTrader so that we'll look at what we have in stock for the from the market for today. So we have I can see more activity on the CHF pairs and the JPY pairs. That's where we have most of the activities in the market taking place today. So I'll be looking at the Euro CHF. All right, so this is the Euro CHF on the daily time frame, and we can clearly see that price hit a resistance level yesterday and closed as a rejection candle. This is a resistance. Then the candle for yesterday closed as a rejection candle. And if you followed our teachings, our trainings, we say that when you have a candle as a rejection candle that closed on a resistance level, that is a double confirmation of a potential reversal. So we should be looking for an opportunity to sell the Euro CHF today. So we can flip down now to 4-hour time frame to see if there's any setup that can give us more insight. We still see that on 4-hour, we still have that rejection candle confirmed. That's still telling us to expect a reversal. Then finally, we flip down to 1-hour time frame. Now, on 1-hour time frame, what I'm seeing will likely happen is I'm seeing the formation of a shoulder, a head. Maybe it may go up a little higher for a second shoulder. Then eventually we'll have the bearish movement on this instrument. So how do we trade this? I can draw my trend line right here and wait for price to break out below the trend line. Like I said, it may still go up or it may not go higher than this. But anytime price breaks out below this trend line, I'll be looking to trigger a sell on the Euro CHF. And don't always forget your other confirmation is your RSI. That's the relative strength index. Your RSI must be clearly below 50 as at the time you want to trigger an entry in this direction. So technically we're bearish on the Euro CHF for today. So please take note of that. And also GBP CHF is another one, still part of the CHF pairs. We also have a bearish outlook on the GBP CHF. Just a second, I'm trying to scroll to GBP CHF. Okay. All right, so just like what we have on the Euro CHF, you can see that price is trading around the resistance level on the daily time frame, exactly just like what we have on the Euro CHF, and we have a rejection candle that closed yesterday, price hitting that same resistance. Now, you may say, but the current candle is green, so it means it's a buy. No, not necessarily. I always say that you say green candle does not necessarily mean you are going to buy. There are other factors you need to look out for to get what you need is actually the direction. And even though it's a green candle, it's approaching a resistance level. So when it gets to a resistance level, it will still turn around. So that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be buying. Rather, we're looking for an opportunity to sell because of one, the rejection candle that closed yesterday, two, the fact that we have a resistance level up there. So just like the Euro CHF is still the same kind of setup, we're going to be looking at a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and a bearish breakout. So we'll also draw our trend line and anticipate a reversal on this instrument. So when price reverses and breaks out below this trend line with our RSI clearly below 50, then we'll look at an opportunity to sell the Euro CHF. I forgot, I should also give you the profit potential on this instrument, both the Euro CHF and the GBP CHF. For the GBP CHF, all things being equal, even if we're looking at entry at Fibonacci 38.2, we should be looking at profit at Fibonacci 50, which is around 14 pips, and Fibonacci 61.8, which is about 28 pips. So if you take the trades on that 14.28, that's over 40 pips combined. It's not too bad for a day trade. Same thing also on the Euro CHF. On the Euro CHF, if our entry eventually happens around this region, now it can come up before that, but I'm just trying to use Fibonacci. That's what the Fibonacci is giving me. So Fibonacci 50 on Euro CHF is 13 pips. To Fibonacci 61.8 is 25 pips. So 13, 25, that's about 38. So combined, both trades could give as much as up to 70 pips. And that's really a big one for a day trade. So that's the profit potential on both the Euro CHF and the GBP CHF. The third CHF pair we can look at today is the New Zealand CHF. Now, generally, the CHF pairs are not so volatile, so you may not get too much profit on it, but then that's what is available to trade. So in the market, you don't decide, you go with the flow. Where is the market going? Our job is to know where the market is going and flow with the market. Except you want to say it's a specific instrument you want to trade, and that means you have to wait till there is a potential move on that instrument. Otherwise, just trade what is available. All right, so this is the New Zealand CHF. And on the daily time frame, now the structure of this one is slightly different from the others that we've checked. Those ones we were seeing resistance. Here it's a trend line. The market is in a downtrend. We have a downtrend here. So technically, we're looking for an opportunity to sell. Now, secondly, the candlestick that touched the trend line right here, you can see there's a touch on the trend line here, a second touch, and we have the third touch. The third touch actually closed as a rejection candle yesterday again, and that's this candle here. So that also tells us we're looking for a possible reversal on this instrument. So we can flip down to 1 hour time frame, and it's still giving us the same head and shoulder that the others have been giving us. Still the same setup. So that is really telling us something is really happening around the CHF. When you see similar things happen simultaneously like that, that's a result of an underlying fundamental effect in the market. So this could go up, it may not, but ultimately what we're waiting for is a breakout below the trend line to look for an opportunity to sell the New Zealand CHF. We can draw a second trend line at the back to give us a perfect looking rising wedge, which is equally another bearish reversal pattern. So we are also bearish on the New Zealand CHF. Must you trade all of them? Not exactly. At least the first two that breaks out should be what to look out for. So we are bearish on the Euro CHF. We're bearish on the GBP CHF, and we're bearish on the New Zealand CHF. All of them on the 1 hour time frame, meaning it can trigger during this morning session. So let's pay attention to them. So next we have the JPY. Like I said, I'll be looking at two instruments on the JPY. I'll be looking at the Euro JPY and the New Zealand JPY. All right, so this is the Euro JPY. Okay, so Euro JPY on the daily time frame, I can draw my trend line here, and you can see we have a perfect downtrend where price touched the trend line multiple times. 1, 2, and we have the third touch right here. And that third touch happened yesterday. That's a candle that closed yesterday, which coincidentally also is a rejection candle. Now you can see that we're seeing similar patterns across board today. That is giving us an insight into what's happening in the market. We're having a general bearish bias in the market, at least for the instruments I've mentioned so far. So with this rejection candle and the downward trend line, we're looking for an opportunity to sell the Euro JPY. So we flip to 1 hour time frame, which is our intraday, time frame. If you want to enter during the course of the day, if you're not doing swing, your best time frame is 1 hour. So we have our neckline region here, and this is a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder. Then we're expecting a breakout downwards. So we're bearish on the Euro JPY. We'll be looking for an opportunity to sell once price breaks out below this neckline and our RSI clearly below 50. Then we'll look at an opportunity to sell the Euro JPY. And the profit potential of this setup from Fibonacci 38.2 to Fibonacci 50 can give roughly 40 pips, and Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 80 pips. So potentially we have about 120 pips, to catch if we're taking 2 trades on the Euro JPY in the course of today. So please take note. This is very, very important. Take note of it. And also we have the New Zealand JPY, which is equally bearish. Same structure with the Euro JPY. We have a downtrend on the daily time frame, and the candle that closed yesterday, also a rejection candle. This now seems like a normal setup we're seeing all through today, but we have an additional information here. We equally have a resistance zone. That's a double confirmation. That's a confluence, and we'll be looking at an opportunity to sell the New Zealand JPY. So we'll flip again to 1 hour time frame, and still the same head and shoulder pattern. So we can see across board we're having the head and shoulder pattern, at least on all the instruments we've checked so far. So this is the shoulder, the head, the second shoulder. Then we're expecting a bearish breakout, and the profit potential on this will be in the range of 23 pips to Fibonacci 50 and 46 pips to Fibonacci 61.8. That's roughly about 70 pips combined together. All right, so that's the major pairs we're looking at today. If you're just joining us, we're having our money analysis, and I've analyzed 5 instruments so far. The Euro CHF where we're bearish, Euro JPY where we're bearish, GBP CHF were bearish, New Zealand JPY were bearish, New Zealand CHF were equally bearish. All 5 were bearish on all 5 of them, and all are intraday setup, meaning they are 1 hour setup which you could trigger in this morning session. So pay a lot of attention to these pairs. Now, the other pairs I'm mentioning now, they're just for analysis sake. You can follow them, for analysis. And if you trade them, well, you may also go ahead if there's a breakout. Now, I'll looking at, I'll look at, first of all, I'll look at gold. Now, you need to trade gold with a lot of caution because the setup I'm seeing is on 4 hour, and we all know gold can be very, very volatile. So you need to take a lot of caution. And don't forget there is a lot of dollar news today, so there could be some volatility on gold, especially in the afternoon session. Now, this is a resistance zone here, and gold has formed, or let me say, it's forming a double top pattern. We may see a reversal downwards, except if in the afternoon we have about $4 events in the afternoon, except if the news in the afternoon comes out not to favor the dollar. If the news comes out, if the news comes out bullish, yeah, gold will go bearish. If the news comes out bearish, then gold will go bullish. So if the news comes out not to favor the dollar, we may see gold, break out upwards. But if on the other hand, the news favors the dollar, well, it will complete this double top pattern that we are seeing on gold. But then this is 4 hour, and 4 hour can really be a big time frame to trade gold. So trade gold with a lot of caution. I'm not giving a direction, it's the news that will determine, but I'm just showing you a pattern I'm seeing ahead. If all things works out and the fundamental aligns with this technical, we should be looking more at possibly selling gold if the news comes out to favor the dollar, but that will be in the afternoon. I'm only focusing on the morning analysis session. So finally, we'll look at the BTC. I've been following and giving my view on BTC right from the beginning of the week, and I said I've been asking the question: Is BTC about? Is the bull run about to suffer some setback? And I think at this point I might be saying some yes to that, though it may be a short-term, setback. If you follow my analysis since Monday, I said it that last year closed with this rejection candle on the monthly time frame, and on the weekly time frame, yesterday price hit this resistance level at $102,000 per BTC, where I said that level may form possibly a double top on the weekly, which may lead to a bearish movement. And flipping down to the daily, what I saw on the daily, which I've mentioned since Monday, was that I was seeing the formation of a head and shoulder pattern, which will lead to price dropping to the neckline. Now, when price drops to the neckline, anything will happen. If it breaks below that neckline, then we'll have a free fall, but that's still futuristic. But then yesterday, price closed as a bearish engulfing candle on the daily time frame. So my next view of BTC is that price will actually go to the support zone, which is the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern. So if you're a BTC trader, that's a news for you to look out for. Or sorry, that's an information for you to pay attention to a bearish movement in BTC USD. If we flip down to the 4 hour, let me check. As I yesterday, I was seeing the possible formation of the head and shoulder. Okay, that's not really clear at the moment, but with the head and shoulder, sorry, with the bearish engulfing candlestick, technically we should be seeing a downward movement. Uh, I'm not seeing clarity on that on 1 hour yet. Maybe it may form in the course of today, because on 4 hour yesterday, what I was seeing was a shoulder, a head, maybe a second shoulder, and a drop. So let's still keep our fingers crossed and watch out. But what I know is that if price is able to break out below this current minor support zone, then we'll see a move down to that, support, which is a neckline on the daily time frame. So technically, I'm bearish on the BTC USD. Now, I want to give an update. Yesterday, during the analysis, Mr. Raji was asking about DJ30, and I gave my view. I said I was bearish. I don't know if Mr. Raji is on board this morning, and I said I was seeing the formation of a head and a shoulder on DG30, and I anticipated the bearish breakout. That later happened yesterday. Price did break out below the neckline, and it targeted exactly the line that is the first take profit level, which I anticipated price would get to, and that's in the range of about 142 pips. So if Mr. Raj is on board and he was able to take that, that would have been a very sweet trade on the DJ30. All right, so that'll be all from me this morning. We've looked at different pairs, 3 CHF, 2 JPY pairs, and we're bearish on all of them. So I'll take two questions now and we'll round up this session. Okay, what time should we trade CHF pairs? Okay, I believe Arlo Victor may be new to the platform. It's not about the time, it's when it breaks out. And that's where patience is a virtue in trading. Nobody can give you a time. I can't tell you trade it when it's 9 p.m. I mean 9 a.m. Trade it 10 a.m. No, it's when the breakout happens. So that's why as a trader, you need to constantly check your chart, especially as a technical trader. You need to check your chart. My job here is to give you an insight into the direction of the market. Then you now need to make entry. Now we do guide, we can give you entries when it's necessary. When it breaks out eventually, we may give you it's we do that sometimes. So if I'm online and I'm checking, if I see it break out, I may give you an insight into that. But then you get that mostly in our funded clients group. It's not in the general group. So from the word funded, that means for those who are funded, who have a funded account with PU Prime. So if you're on board this morning, you already have your account funded and you're not in the funded client group, just reach out to your account manager. They will add you to that group. All right, Paul Obas is asking about GBP JPY. So let's quickly look at GBP JPY. All right, so this is GBP JPY on the daily time frame, and the candle for yesterday closed as a rejection candle. I don't know. We're just seeing rejection candles everywhere, left, right, and center today. It really doesn't happen like this every day. So this is telling us something is happening in the market. And we have price. The tip of that rejection candle actually touched the resistance on the daily. Let's remove the zone. Let's focus on the line. Yeah, I can see the tip touched this resistance line. So technically, we should be looking for a reversal on the GBP JPY. Let's flip down to 1 hour. Still the same pattern we're seeing, head and shoulder. Now you can see that all there, if you have conversant with head and shoulder pattern, these are not looking like the very perfect ones we've seen in the past, but nonetheless, this is where experience comes in. So we'll be looking at a breakout. So for that person asking about JPY, we are bearish. You can see the pattern I've drawn on the screen. You just need to wait for the pattern to be completed, wait for a breakout below this trend line to trigger a sell, and RSI must be clearly below 50. Now, I will advise you trade GBP JPY with a lot of caution. It's the most volatile currency in the forex market, so it can be very volatile. It can move very fast. So Fibonacci 50 here can give on the average close to 70 pips, and Fibonacci 61.8 can give as much as about 120 pips. So combined, that could give about 190 pips combined together. That's if you're taking two trades. Now, I want to say that it's not a must that you take two trades, each time you open positions. It should be a function of your strategy and also what your account can accommodate. So if you're trading with a small account, please make sure you take just one trade per time. Don't take two trades. If you're having an account less than $200 thereabouts, don't take two trades. Just take one trade. If you have bigger accounts, 700, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, of course, you can take two trades. So let it be a function of your account size and also your risk management. So we're bearish on the GBP, JPY. Peace Candy, what's the time the news is coming out? There are 4 news events, so it's not just one. It's not just one. So I'll flip now to Forex Factory again so that those who are joining us, those who join late can also have an idea what we're doing. So this is the Forex Factory page, and these are the news events that are coming up today. 2:15 p.m. we have ADP non-farm employment change. 2:30 p.m. we have unemployment claims. That will happen simultaneously with a speech from the FOMC member Waller, and by 4:30 p.m. there'll be crude oil inventories, and by 8 p.m. there'll be FOMC meeting minutes. So these are all the events that we're having in the market today, they are all dollar events. So you need to be very, very careful trading any instrument that has the dollar. Very, very important. Okay, please, how can I go about funding my account? All right, Kende, if you know your account manager, if anybody has ever reached out to you from PU Prime, that is your account manager. So just, contact that person. That person will furnish you with the details on how to fund your account. But peradventure you don't have the contact of that person, or you can't reach out to anyone, you can also reach out to me. I can assist you. Now, the WhatsApp number that I used to drop the link to this class is my official PU Prime WhatsApp number. You can reach out to me on that number, then we can guide you. So from the word how to fund your account, I believe you should already have an account with PU Prime. So just reach out. We'll get you the details on the account number and how to go about your funding. Ekpe Ambassador is asking to check AUD USD. Saraju USD CHF. All right, let's look briefly. Okay, my timer is telling me we have 10 minutes to go, so we need to hurry up. So AUD USD and USD CHF. Now, I want to advise us that we should stick with the analysis we give in this class. Either the ones now primarily the grade 1 analysis are the ones I gave myself. Please make sure you stick more with those ones. Now, any other one that people are asking me, please take note. They are personal to those individuals. It's not a must you follow them. Maybe some of them have running trades, but the ones I gave by myself, please trade in line with those ones, because many times I see people trying to trade things that were not analyzed, and sometimes they run into trouble with them. So please, as much as possible, stick with the ones I give. And even if I announce other ones that people are asking, like I said, it's more personal to those individuals. Because if you want to trade everything, you will end up over trading, and that can harm your account. So I'll look at AUD USD. Now, I actually had a big bullish outlook on this instrument at the beginning of the week, and you can see those my setup bullish. I said there was going to be a breakout for me on Monday, and it actually happened. So currently, price, it broke out from that channel, or retesting it. We're expecting a further continuation, all things being equal. And as a confirmation to that, you can see, okay, can we call this a rejection candle? Not really, but at least price hit the trend line and there was a reaction there. The next candle to it is a slightly bullish candle. But technically, I'm expecting a further bullish continuation on this. But then that will now also be a function of the news we're expecting in the afternoon. You can see we have multiple dollar events in the afternoon. If all the news comes out bad for the dollar, that is, if the dollar is bearish, then AUD USD will go bullish. So it's the news that will determine. Though from a technical angle, AUD USD has been oversold for a long time. This is where the analysis started at the beginning of the week. On the weekly time frame, we have price hit a support zone on the weekly time frame. Not only that, the candle that closed for last week closed as a doji. It's looking tiny now. That middle candle was a doji. All this represents a bullish movement this week. So we've had a slight movement already, before the current what we're seeing currently, and I think it's trying to form on the bigger picture some reversal pattern here to go up. So if the news comes out bad for the dollar, then we'll see a reversal in the bullish direction. So a combination of all the news in the afternoon will determine the move of the AUD USD. But technically, I still maintain my bullish outlook on this instrument. And same thing also with the USD CHF. Mr. Raji is asking, I've held a bearish outlook on the USD CHF, likely because on the weekly time frame, we had price hitting a resistance zone on the weekly. You can see that on the weekly, that's on the screen. Though it's the tip of the candle of last week that actually touched the resistance zone. It's possible price may push up. It all depends on market volatility, but ultimately we're looking for a bearish breakout. So again, the news in the afternoon will determine that, because we saw an earlier bearish movement in the course of the week, from my analysis, where price dropped from here to the tune of about over close to about 90 pips. Then we are seeing some retracement. I said, for those who follow my analysis, I said at the beginning of it that if price breaks out below this support zone, we will see a bearish movement. Otherwise, we will see a retracement. So what we're seeing now is a retracement. If the news comes out this afternoon not to favor the dollar, then we'll see a further continuation. Otherwise, if it favors the dollar, price may go up again to hit that resistance zone before coming down. But to be honest with you, the major move of dollar for this week is still going to be on Friday. Whatever movement you are seeing between now and then, it may be just temporary movement, because NFP is the biggest mover of the dollar and it's coming up on Friday. So if you're on the platform this morning, we do have live trading sessions for NFP. NFP is non-farm payroll, is the biggest news event in the forex market, which we trade live. When I mean trade live, we'll give you the entry price, take profit, and stop loss. And for those who have been joining us for these live sessions, we've always been having winning trades. Yeah, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I tell you that I can guarantee you we've had in 2024, we had more than 85% winning trades for our live trading session. We do run NFP and CPI. Those are the two events we trade live. So this Friday, make sure you have a funded account. This event is strictly for funded clients. I repeat, strictly for funded clients, because we're not playing here. We're making money. We're trading live on Friday by 2:15 p.m. So go ahead, reach out to your account manager to fund your account. If you don't have an account already with us, go ahead and open a live trading account. And I'm dropping a link here now: www.puprime.com. That's our website. Open a live account. Your account manager will reach out to you. Then you go ahead, verify your account, and so that you'll be able to trade live with us on Friday. People have made a lot of money trading our live event, so don't miss it and don't be left out. So again, I'm anticipating a bearish movement on the dollar, so I'm bearish on the USD CHF. Okay, so I think I've attended to that. I have some few minutes to go. USD card. Clement, so we should wait and trade after the news. You'll be guided on how to trade the news in the afternoon. That's afternoon session analysis. I don't want to go into that. It will take my time. My focus is this morning analysis. Okay, so I'll just check the USD card for Mr. Mr. Sonny Chooks, and we should end the analysis session there. Okay, somebody's giving a testimonial here. Okay, Mr. Raggio, thank you for that testimony. I said, yeah, I followed it. The profit was massive. You can see now, this is a testimonial from one of us. Mr. Raggio Akman has been consistent on this platform for several months. So if he's telling you the profit was massive, just know that is it. That's what we do here. We're not playing here. We give you the right thing on how to trade the market. Clement is saying, please help drop the recorded video. I arrived late. Definitely you will get a recorded video. Hello, Victor. I'm on trade on Euro USD since yesterday. Please check for me. What direction are you on? Are you buying or are you selling, Mr. Victor? Selling. What informed your decision to sell? You don't just, I don't know what strategy you're using, but I've been bullish on this anti-dollar pairs right from the beginning of the week. Even if it's selling is a retracement, it's meant to buy. For those who joined my analysis on Monday, I said that price was going to break out from here. Though I said it may drop before going, I don't know if you joined the analysis, but then market decided to do its thing and it's been buying. At least it went buying before the retracement happened. At least it bought to the tune of about 126 pips before the retracement, is taking place. Now, I don't know to what level of risk exposure you really have. See, sometimes when a trade is bad, you have to learn to close it. That's the truth. Sometimes we take our losses. Yeah, it can be painful, but the essence of taking the loss is to preserve your account. So I don't know to what level of exposure you have, but if it's something that is putting your account at risk, I may advise that you close it. I can't, since you're already on a sell, I can't tell you to keep selling. I don't have such information. The buyers I'm seeing in the market is that the Euro USD will buy. So I can't raise your hopes and say, don't worry, leave it. It's going to sell further. So it's now at your discretion. What is the level of your exposure? What percentage of your account is exposed in this negative trade? If you need to close it, you may have to close it so that you can preserve your capital. All right, so I think I have to stop now. I have less than a minute. I may go off any second from now. Mr. Sonny, USD card. Well, if the seconds remaining can still take it, but we're bearish on the dollar, so we should look for opportunity to sell. Yes, I'm bearish on USD card. Yeah, it's a resistance on the daily with a triple top. I retain my bearish outlook on the USD card.